Hey guys, welcome back to Treadmill Review Guru. Today we're going to take a look at the Nordictrack Commercial series. This includes the 1750, the 2450, and the 2950. These are all folding treadmills, but they have good features, lots of power, and adjustable cushioning. The 1750 is one of Nordictrack's best-selling treadmills because it has just the perfect combination of tech, durability, and power. The 2450 is a step up. If you want to go a little bit longer, a little bit harder, or maybe you have multiple users in your home, you also get a larger touchscreen. The 2950 is our top recommended treadmill for distance runners. It has a 4.25 horsepower motor and is great for marathoners, sprinters, triathletes. So let's dive in and take a look at some of the similarities and differences between these three machines. So let's take a look at some of the similarities between these three machines. All three machines feature iFit content. So you are going to get the same training, programs, and content on each machine. The major difference is just the screen size. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at training content. The footprint size is actually very, very similar. I don't know if you can tell, but the 1750 and the 2450 have a nearly identical footprint. They're 39 inches wide, about 62 inches high, and roughly 79 inches long. The 2950 is also 79 inches long and 39 inches wide, but you can see that touchscreen stands a bit higher, so your top height there is about 66 inches. So the nice thing with these machines is regardless of which one you get, it really has a relatively compact footprint for the amount of training that you can get, and they all fold up. That's another thing that I really like on these. The motor is tucked there at the top of the deck, so you can lift just using this grab bar at the bottom and fold them when you're done. Another thing that I really like is they do have adjustable cushioning. So on the side of each of these frames, you'll see there is a lever that moves up and down. And that allows you to turn the cushioning on or turn it off. When you turn it on, it reduces the brace that's up underneath the deck. It moves it down away so that you get more travel. There's springs up under there you can see. When you turn the cushioning off, you actually turn so that bar goes up and braces the deck, which limits the flexibility of the springs. So it's a little more of a harder surface. So if you're training for like an outdoor event, maybe you're doing a marathon or a triathlon or something like that, and you want to turn that cushioning off, so it's like running outdoors, you can do that with this lever on the side. And all three of these machines have that feature, which I really like. They also all have the same size running belt. So you have 22 inches of width and 60 inches of length, which gives you good span. Another thing that is similar is they all incline to a 15% grade and they decline to -3. So you've got the same incline range on all three machines. They will fold up, and there are wheels at the top, just kind of underneath those uprights and the stabilizers. So once it's folded, you can move the machines. We don't recommend doing that regularly because they are heavy, but that is an option. And they all have the same 300-pound weight capacity. So that's some of the ways in which they are similar. Let's dive in and look at the differences. So let's take a closer look at some of the differences between these machines and what you're going to get with each model. The 1750 is the entry-level model in the commercial line, but it comes with a lot of power and a lot of cushioning. It's one of Nordictrack's best-selling treadmills because of the great combination of features and price. So the first thing that you'll notice, the most obvious difference, is the size of the touchscreen. So this is a 10-inch touchscreen, which is roughly the size of a standard size tablet, just to give you a comparative idea. And that's right here, but it has the same programming as I mentioned. The screen size is just a little bit smaller. It also has good cushioning. So you get really sufficient cushioning on the Nordictrack 1750. Of all the treadmills that we test, Nordictrack does have the best cushioning system, and their commercial line is very impressive, especially for a folding treadmill. You're getting a lot of just impact absorption. This has a 3.75 horsepower motor, so really good for running regularly. We recommend 3.0 or higher, so at 3.75 you're getting good power. It will support, longer distances, 1 or 2 users just fine. It's a great all-round treadmill, so it does have the 15% incline, the 3% decline. You can use it for walking, jogging, running. And it's our recommended treadmill for home use because of the combination of features and price, the folding frame. It's just a great all-around treadmill. This treadmill itself weighs about 340 pounds. So that is something to be aware of, the overall weight. And if we compare right here with the 2450, you'll notice we have a nice big touchscreen. So this touchscreen is 14 inches. And it's noticeably larger. One thing I really like about the 2450 is you're still in a pretty reasonable price range, but the screen size does kind of make a difference. And the reason is because of a lot of the functionality is integrated into the touchscreen. So you can see like these buttons on the sides and these buttons down here at the bottom, they're just a little bigger on this screen and they're a little easier to see and tap. So for people with maybe limited vision or something like that, we highly recommend the 14-inch touchscreen as just being a great middle ground. As far as power, this is a 4.0 horsepower motor, so that's really powerful for a folding treadmill, and the cushioning is just a touch more absorbent than the 1750. You just get a little bit more comfort on the 2450. It also weighs about 360 pounds, so it's just a touch heavier, just a little more durable and sturdy. And then we come over here to the 2950. This is Nordictrack's highest end folding treadmill. And this is our top recommendation for distance runners, serious athletes who are going to do long distances, fast speeds, things like that. We love the 2950. It has a 4.25 horsepower motor. It's about the highest powered motor we see on a folding treadmill. Has roughly the same motor that you're gonna find on the X32i. So you're getting a lot of power here on a folding treadmill. And you can see you have the nice 22-inch touchscreen. And this is just immersive. So when you're up here on the treadmill, you can incline all the way up, you can decline all the way down, and it's easy to see the screen from any height. Your buttons are larger, so your touchscreen buttons down here are larger. It's easier to see the digital metrics. And you just have a more immersive experience on the 2950. It's also obviously more powerful and has just a touch more cushioning. And the 2950 has been designed for runners, so it gives you kind of a cushioned landing with a solid toe off, so that you really have that power as you move through your stride. And it does provide plenty of room for users of all sizes. This one's similarly weighted. It's about 360 pounds, so it is durable and sturdy. It does fold, but we do recommend that with this machine, you kind of put it where you want to use it, fold it up when you're done, but don't plan to move it too often. So that kind of gives you an overview of some of the similarities and differences between each of these treadmills. Okay, so I want to give you a real quick demo of kind of how each machine sounds and functions when you're on it. So I have these all just kind of in a holding pattern, and I have the 2950. We're on a flat road at 3 miles an hour. So I'm just going to step up here. One thing I do like about all these machines is you have nice wide side rails so that you can get easily on and off that belt, maybe if you're doing a quick adjustment. And the motor is very quiet, so you can hear without anybody on it. It doesn't really generate a lot of noise. As I walk, you're going to hear just a little bit more noise, not too bad, but as that belt connects with the deck, you get just a little bit more of a swooshing sound. But this is just walking nice and easy at 3 miles an hour. I'm going to kick it up to 6 miles an hour and then do 8 miles an hour, just so you can kind of listen, maybe watch for that cushioning real quick. So we're at 3, let's do 6. So you got just a touch of foot noise, but it's really not bad. And let's take it up to 8. So that hopefully just kind of gives you a real quick overview of the 2950. Let's walk next door and do the 2450. So next we've got the 2450, and I have this running. So you're on a flat road, and once again I have 3 miles an hour. You can hear that this motor is very quiet. So the motor itself produces very little noise. And when there's nobody on it, there's not a lot of friction between the belt and the surface of the deck. So it does pick up just a little bit as you walk on it, same as the 2950. So I'll walk for just a second. All right, so just like we did on the 2950, I'm gonna run at 6 miles an hour and then run at 8 miles an hour. And so you can just kind of listen and compare. So let's do 6. And we'll kick it up to 8. And you can hear that motor powers down really quickly. So that's the 2450. All right, the last one is the 1750. So once again, we're starting out flat road, 3 miles an hour. Roughly the same noise output, really subtle, not much at all. The motor's very smooth. So I'll just walk here for a second. I want to say you have just like a touch more noise, not a lot. All right, so we're going to take it up to 6 miles an hour. And we'll do 8 miles an hour. All right, so hopefully that just kind of gives you an idea of the functionality of each machine. They're very similar. You do have motor power differences and a slight more noise on the 1750, not a lot, but just a few things to be aware of. So hopefully that has given you just kind of a general overview of some of the similarities and differences between the different models in the Nordictrack Commercial line. We're really impressed with all of these treadmills. They're some of our favorites. We recommend them regularly. The 1750, we recommend the 1750 for homes with users that are fit, active, looking for a really quality machine with good cushioning and really nice programming. Maybe you're not a marathoner, maybe you're not a weekend warrior that gets out there and does events on the weekends, but you're looking for a really solid treadmill that's going to provide you good training with that added cushioning. The 1750 is your best buy. You're getting the most bang for your buck on this machine. The 2450 we recommend for people who may have, may find that touchscreen to be just a little bit small. To be totally honest, I really like the 14-inch touchscreen. I feel like I'm getting the same kind of immersive experience. I can see things really easy. I can touch the buttons really easy, but you're not going all out with all the bells and whistles. So this is a great option for users who are looking just for a little upgrade. They want a little more power, a little more stability, a little more cushioning, and a slightly larger touchscreen. So that's the 2450. And then of course the 2950 is our top recommended treadmill for serious athletes, runners, triathletes, weekend warriors, people that do get out regularly and do an event, or if you're in an environment where you have multiple users. So, if you've got family members that are all going to be on the treadmill for maybe a couple hours a day, the 4.25 horsepower motor is going to be able to support that usage just fine. It does have very generous cushioning, which you can turn on or off. And I really just love that 22-inch touchscreen. It's easy to see from any height or angle. It does pivot just a little bit at the top, even though it's large. And I just like how the buttons on the side of the console are big, and also the touchscreen buttons on the screen itself are large and easy to see. So for a full detailed written review with pictures and specs, check us out at treadmillreviewguru.com. For current pricing, click the link below. As always, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. My name's Kristen with Treadmill Review Guru, and we'll see you again soon.